Breath of the Wild. Oh, my bad, not Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is Breath of the Wild 2, y'all. I don't know what y'all talking about. We about to just hop right into it. You can make a car. You can make cars in this game, so... You'd be happy to know that this game starts off directly after Breath of the Wild. Link and Zelda are venturing deep into what seems to be a cave system directly underneath Hyrule Castle. Alright, come on, hurry up, slow butt. Damn. Oh. What? Hurry up. Zelda is nerding out, of course, about some ancient ruin stuff. Alright. Good thing you're excited about that, nerd. Yeah, go ahead and write down your little nerd journal. And Link is just there for the ride, you know, silent protagonist being dragged into stupid situations. It happens. Speaking of stupid situations, Link and Zelda just decided to venture deeper into the depths of this cave. Clearly seeing that it's getting more fucked up as we go down. Even the music cues are getting louder and spookier. I'm like, my ass is like, what are we doing? We about to either awaken some shit or... this music is insane. We eventually get down to the most bottom layer and we see a mystical hand touching a skeletal man. Now in this situation, would you A, go closer and get a better look at it, or would you B, dip the fuck out of there? Correct answer is B. However, we can't have a game without this guy, so why not? Go closer. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, the Demon King Ganon has awakened. I wish he won't stop sucking. Oh God. He immediately strips us of all of our progression from the original Breath of the Wild, eliminating all of our hearts and all of our stamina. Well, guess what, Ganon? I didn't need all those hearts and stamina to beat you last time. I sped run Breath of the Wild, so haha. And Ganon starts to wake, of course talking his normal shit. Hey yo, Ganon is back, but he looks like a weird shriveled up Return of the Mummy looking ass.
Oh! He needs some milk.
Anyway, the underground area starts to tremble, rocks break, Zelda falls to the abyss, but oh no, she disappears. Where could she have gone? As Link was about to fall, he is immediately grabbed by the hand that seemed to be keeping Ganon in prison. The hand yanks you up, and then a bright light occurs. You awake in a cave. Of course, the Master Sword is broken. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're starting from zero again. We wake up in a cave, we grab the Master Sword, we dip out of the cave to see that we are now on a sky island, and thus the story begins. Yo, I can see you up Link's skirt, bro. Look at that look at that upskirt, bro. And you all know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the tutorial time. You have 3 hearts and nothing but a stick to your name. You go through the Sky Island smacking these damn constructs with your little wooden stick. You're trying your hardest. Also, you're kind of getting used to the whole mechanic of diving. That oh, no, I forgot I had to do so. What? I misclicked the button. I'm sorry. So you venture through the Sky Island until you meet the former old ruler of Hyrule, Rauru. Now, to further explain about Rauru, he's like this weird goat-looking dude. Now, Rauru was mentioned before when Zelda was looking at the hieroglyphs in the cave. Essentially, Rauru is one of the first rulers of Hyrule and ancestor to Princess Zelda. There's already Rule 34 of him. Don't look it up. Or do look it up if you're into that. So basically, Rauru explains like, hey, yo, your arm was kind of busted, so let me hit you up with a new arm real quick. And this is what I mean by tutorial level, because essentially Rauru plays the same part that the king did in the previous game. He's a ghost spectral figure that's like, hey, yo, you should probably check out these few shrines. Go check them out. Maybe get a new abilities. I don't know. So you go ahead and venture to the shrines. You go ahead to the first shrine, well, the first shrine that I went to. And this one, you get the Ultra Hand. The Ultra Hand, you can pick up items and you can attach them to other items. Sort of like how the magnetic system worked in the first game, but this one's as I mentioned before, you can stick stuff together, you can rotate them, you can move them around. The world is your oyster. And then we kick it on over to the next shrine where we get the Ascension ability. Now the Ascension ability is crucial. I absolutely love this ability because it cuts most of my travels in half. All you have to do is find a platform on a cliff, use the Ascension button, and it knocks you up a few pegs. This way it felt like I didn't have to waste all of my points on upgrading my stamina right away. I mostly saved that to upgrade it towards the end of the game where you kind of need it in order to get to Master Sword, but we'll talk about that later. Another thing that I really liked about this island is the fact that it allows you to just basically play with all the mechanics. There's tons of stuff around here to sort of get you used to not only crafting weapons, but also how to sort of craft different vehicles, such as using the fans with the mine carts to sort of explore the mine cart system. I really like this first little sky island. It sort of dipped your toes into like what is going to be happening for the rest of this game. Made it here. Now then extend your right hand. Yeah, I know the rigmarole. Give me the shit. Give me the shit. Next one, we're going to be talking about the fusion of weapons. As I mentioned before, it cuts on resource management. I can use monster parts for other things, as well as I can use parts of constructs a lot better as well. Oh, this is what the fuck I was trying to do before for like an hour. All right, finally, we're here. Jesus Christ, I got all this shit. Now let me in. Let me in. Now that we've gained all three of these abilities, we can now open the door to the Temple of Time. And as soon as we get into the Temple of Time, we then see a floating object. We approach the floating object, and then we are then whisked into an alternate reality plane of existence type thing. I don't know what's going on here. But oh, hey, look, there's Zelda. We see Zelda there, kind of caked up, not gonna lie. Yeah, damn, Zelda kind of got a rump roast on her.
Damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass?
She shakes my hand, and now I have the power of time.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
Basically, this is like a more enhanced version of the freeze time mechanic in the last game. Here you can just rewind time of a certain object. Nevertheless, we continue on forward. We approach a door where we must sacrifice hearts in order to continue, but oh no, I don't have enough hearts left. Rauru comes to you say like, hey yo homie, I misjudged. You're going to need one more heart. You're going to have to go ahead and tackle one more shrine so that way you can upgrade your abilities. If only you would have told me that sooner. I would have actually been tight, bro. Cause it's just like, why would you let me do all this and I have to do one more fucking shrine? That's dumb. Anyway, conquered the last shrine, easy peasy. We head back to the door. Now we can finally open the door. All right, did it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Give me the orb. It's literally eating my health. Okay, chill. And this is where Rauru says, I'm sorry, I must take my leave. All right, later, my guy. What's his name? Raul? What's his name? Rua?
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
So as we open the gates and proceed through the door, we are approached by a bright light. We put the Master Sword in the light and it disappears, but it goes back into the past where, oh no, look, it's Zelda. She's back in the past and now she has the Master Sword, still caked up as fuck. Anyway, after Zelda receives a sword, the scene transitions to a dragon popping out of the clouds. I wonder, is that a hint to where the Master Sword is? Who's to say? Anyway, this prompts you to jump off of the Sky Island to head down to the usual Great Plains area of Hyrule. Here you can see your normal suspects of enemies of bokoblins running around here, but also there's a few shrines for you to check out. The shrines in this area are basically tutorial shrines, just basically teaching you mechanics, how to combat, how to navigate, stuff like that. There's also this creature. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Now I'm clearly unprepared for, but I'm always up for the challenge.
Are you sure about that?
All right, I killed all your people. Oh my God! We finally head over to Lookout Landing where we can see what the hell is going on and how to find Princess Zelda. We go ahead and see the scientific baddie herself, Pura. You fill her in on what happened, and basically she just tells you about what's been going down here. She talks about the upheaval and how kind of now, and that I should probably head over to where Hyrule Castle once was. We get there and let's just say they probably just don't recognize who I am. They don't realize that I am him because I constantly get turned away. Well, I am involved in searching. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I'll slap the shit out of you. Dang, just give me permission to go inside, bro. Sorry, we're in the middle of something, bro. Just give me permission. Until we finally meet someone in charge. We meet Haas, and there has been mentioned that there has been sightings of Princess Zelda. We even see Princess Zelda in the distance. What are you doing, Zelda? Why are you being so dark? Why are you being mysterious? It just fucks off. This is where we go back to Lookout Landing. We take a look at the new towers that are fully erected. Pause. We launch ourselves up in the air, and I'm sorry, the scene is just ridiculous. It literally looks like the beginning of a hentai. Anyway, you're yeeted up into the sky, and you scan the area to sort of build your map. This is basically Sheikah Tower 2.0, a lot more involved. You got to get grabbed up by a bunch of mechanical octopus arms. I don't know, I'm kind of into it. So as I explore around the area, I ran into Impa. Apparently these etchings appear throughout Hyrule of these weird geoglyph figures are in the grass. She wants us to take further look and investigate into it. As we take a closer look, it seems to be it is a link to the past. See what I did there?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's a flashback of Zelda being yeeted back in time, where she is being met by the past Rauru and his wife.
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Adds further explanation on what happened to Zelda. It seems like she's gone back to the past. We do some further research into the geoglyphs, and Impa states that they are located all over the map of Hyrule. Guess what, Link? Here goes new side quest for you to do. Boom, go look into those geoglyphs. I didn't. I just watched a cutscene of all those geoglyphs. I'm not going to do it. But you know what we are doing? We are diving deep into some dark holes.
What?
I'm talking about the chasms, baby. So basically the chasms are a place that exists deep underground or deep beneath the earth. You find them by entering these tight, dark holes. And let me tell you, this place is dark as hell. I mean, kind of not really. They recommend that you use these glowing plant things to navigate your way through, but I was able to sort of brute force it just by looking really hard at my TV. Anyway, after we get done exploring these deep, dark holes, we head out into the world because guess what? Weird happenings have been happening all throughout Hyrule, and we have to investigate and see what's going on. So we pop over to the Rocky region to see what's popping with the Gorons. Apparently capitalism has been introduced in the form of rock meats. These niggas were really trying to scam me. Nice try. Hey, get the fuck out. You said all of your ore for 3 rupees. You better get the fuck out of here, bro. Roll out. Yeah, I almost... I didn't get duped. I would have said no. Fuck that. Up here saying 1 ore for 3 rupees. Come on now. Yeah, there's this rock meat that these Gorons are addicted to. Apparently it makes you all weird and loopy and weirdly mark up prices for items. I'm not sure what that's about. All right, what's going on over here? What the fuck? Why you laid out? It's because you eating that meat. Anyway, Luchador Yunobu shows up and is just like, hey, yo, I'm making money off these meats. You're not finna take this away from me. And everybody else around him is like, hey, yo, Yunobu, you kind of scaring the hoes. Why you acting so weird? And you hear from the young Gorons that Yunobu's been acting kind of sus ever since he met up with this blonde-haired lady. Could this blonde-haired lady be Zelda? Anyway, we gotta see what's going on here. But what the fuck is that? Yeah, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, we meet up with Yunobo to have a confrontation. Apparently, he's acting all weird. Ever since he put on the mask, we go ahead and battle him. Ooh, weave! He is dealt with the swiftness. It turns out Princess Zelda gave him this mask. And oh look, she's over there. Why are you acting weird, Zelda? What's going on? He further elaborates that he met up with Zelda at the top of Death Mountain and that she is the one who gave him the mask and told him to sell the meat. We head to the top of the mountain and guess what? We have a boss battle, ladies and gentlemen. I actually like this one. You get to use the mechanic of the new vehicles that you can now craft to fly around and shoot Yunobu at these stone dragons. Is actually pretty dope. I like it. After you defeat the dragon, he reveals another dark hole. This one's a little bit warm. All right, I'll stop with the dark hole stuff. Yeah, why are we still checking on? Okay, bye. Yep, this time we're in an underground chasm that is hot as hell. So I suggest you buy the armor because trust me, making a whole bunch of elixirs to go through this temple is a bitch. On the low end side, it can take you about 30 minutes if you're not trying to speed run it. And let's just say making like 30 minutes worth of elixirs is a bitch. It's just best to save up the rupees and buy the damn flame retardant armor so that way you're not struggling and having to run back and forth in order to keep restocking on elixirs. But hey, that's just my opinion. Okay, so now it's hot and there's the muck to deal with. This is great. You further explore down this chasm and you approach a fire temple. But oh wait, the door is locked. There's 5 locks on the door. You must unlock all 5 of them. Thus, this brings us to the first temple, the fire temple, which honestly, I have to say is one of the worst temples out of the 4. Just because of the cart system, it's kind of confusing, but I don't know. I guess it's not that bad. To each their own. If you like this temple, you like it. I just don't like it. It's hot all the time. Always having to worry about falling into lava. There's mine carts. What is this, Donkey Kong Country? We finally released the door after breaking all the seals, and the door reveals that Princess Zelda is behind it. But oh wait, what's this? Is this a boss fight?
That's really big.
That's what she said.
Even though I do dislike this temple, honestly have to say this boss is probably one of the easiest of the 4 bosses that you have to battle in each temple. Essentially just aim for the legs as you knock it down and then jump on top of it and slap the shit out of the eyeball. Easy peasy, we wax them. No problem. So once we defeat the giant crab rock monster, we are then presented with a heart container. We yoink that shit up. And then we trigger an event where we are met with an old guardian, the old guardian of a flame, which happened to be a Goron, like our friend Yunobu. I'm going to explain how this sequence worked because guess what? We're going to be seeing this sequence a lot. Basically, the guardian states that a long time ago, they went up against the fearsome Demon King Ganon. They got their ass cheeks clapped, and they had to basically retreat. And it was basically thanks to King Rauru sealing up the Demon King Ganon that let them get away. Zelda approaches each of the guardians and says that, hey yo, Demon King Ganon is going to come back and it may or may not have been my fault. So why don't you go ahead and share that firepower with your descendants in the future so that way he can help Link protect the world from the evil Demon King Ganon. Now, the reason why I go in detail here is because let's just say the sequence is kind of repeated later on in the story. So where are we off to next? We are heading to the land of Gerudo, the desert land, the land that I love so much, of endless desert and sand. And this time with the added benefit of sandstorms. Why is it so cloudy and stormy over here? I hate it here. Where are the thick-thighed women? Please give me the thick-thighed women. And also it's hot as hell here too. So we finally ride to the town of Gerudo and we're met by a guard that says, hey, you cannot pass, but ma'am, I need to pass because I'm sort of the hero of time. Come on now, we've been through this already. Just before I thought the idea of that, hey, maybe I need to cross-dress again, I thought maybe I'd do something smarter and just sneak around back to get into the base. I snuck in and immediately got caught by guards. But before I was taken away to the dungeons to rot in itself forever for me having a penis, one of the guards of the queen notices me and recognizes that I am, of course, the hero of time. And she gives me the information on where I can meet up with Queen Riju so I can go ahead and see what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Ma? We meet up with Riju. She basically explains the problem in this area. Much like the last one, the last area, the problem was, this problem is infinite sandstorms and desert mummies. She asked for my help in order to settle the problem. She also has the ability to summon lightning, which is cool. So now with her ability, I can shoot an arrow and then lightning will appear from the sky. So basically it's horde mode time. We have to defend the bazaar from these weird creatures called the Gibbo. Or the Gibbo? Gibbo? Anyway, they keep spawning from this large penis looking thing. Ew. And the goal is just to shoot it down so that way they stop spawning and then get rid of the creeps. After we clear the swarm away, we see Princess Zelda again. Could she have been the cause of this? Most likely. Also, weird tidbit. If you run around shirtless in this town, you get thrown into jail. That's just a little tidbit. Even if you're the hero of time, you still get tossed into the jail. And also there's this guy here. I wonder what the fuck he did. Anyways, back to the story. In order to unlock the temple for this area, we have to line up the lights for these 3 erect towers that are out in the desert. It sucks because, as I said, the visibility is terrible due to the sandstorm, but we get it done anyway. It unlocks a triangle that leads you to the center of the area or where the temple is. Once we get to the temple, we have to battle the Queen Gibdo. It's a giant, nasty looking ass moth that you have to shoot with electricity, then bash it in.
Tiger.
Yo, why did they got my body twisted like that? Gibbo enemies are honestly kind of the worst because you have to stun them with the electricity, or you can use fire to sort of shed away their skin, and then you can attack them because they're weak now. After we chip down the health bar of this boss, it then flees away towards the temple. It's probably my second favorite temple of the temples that are here in Tears of the Kingdom. Equal amount of combat to puzzle ratio. I really like it. As we make our way to the top of it, we are once again greeted with the Queen Gibbo, and we have to fight her again. Let's just say I had a little bit of a struggle fighting this enemy.
Tiger. Tiger. Tiger.
Now you may be saying, hey, why don't you put some clothes on? Maybe you'll have better defense so you're not one-hit killed each time. If I want to see Link shirtless, I will see Link shirtless, goddammit. So we go ahead and douse a can of Raid on this bitch-ass insect. And we see a never before seen of the previous Guardian explaining their run-in with King Ganon. Psych, just kidding, it's almost the same exact scene, except this time it's told through a different perspective. But this time it ends with us getting the power to summon lightning, and also a spectral baddie to travel alongside of us.
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Also, funny enough, there's also a side quest in this town where you can teach the Gerudo women about the Vo, or about the men species. Let's just say I dusted all of my knowledge I've learned from the great Andrew Tate to teach these women exactly what it truly means to be a man. And judging by this one's reaction, I did a good job. I wish I had a Vo like you in my life. Girl, you know, you don't have to look far. Third time's the charm. We gotta go over to the Zora area. Gotta go see the fish people. We get to the town and there's a statue erected of Sidian and me on his back. Out of all the greatest moments that happened, why did they have to capture me riding on some other dude's back? I don't know. Pan up and look at this doofus. So the basic gist of what's going on over here, there's shit everywhere. Poo is being flung all over the damn place. We gotta fix the poo issue. But in order to fix the poo issue, we have to unlock the way to get up to the area where the poo is spewing down from. Put it together. So this quest is a little bit long. Essentially, we gotta head over to a sky island that has the shape of a fish. But in order to get that island, we have to get the Zora armor, so that way we can go ahead and ride our way up the waterfall. Once we get there, we shoot an arrow through a teardrop looking figure, and that unlocks the path in order to get to the temple. Once we get to the temple, Dookie is spraying everywhere. It's uncontrollable. We gotta find a way to wash this away. So we release all 5 valves in order to spray away all the Dookie, to only reveal what's causing this Dookie. It is this thing.
What is that?
Yes, this thing, this ugly looking ball sack of a creature. But be careful, this creature shoots out Dookie. The general gist with this one is use Sidon's power to wash it away with the water, then smack it a few times. It's not that hard of a boss. It's fine. Everything will be fine.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
We beat the boss. Another scene occurs. We're saying, hey, yo, Ganon pushed her shit in. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Princess Zelda told us to prepare for a roar. Now I understand why they did it like this, is because there's no guaranteed order that you complete these temples or whatever. So there's need for repeats when it comes to this in order, so that way it doesn't sequence break anything. I understand. I'm just tired of seeing it. Lastly, we head over down to the Rito village where we meet Tulin. The issue over here is that it's snowing. There's a goddamn blizzard all the time. Could it be caused by that huge large vortex forming in the sky? Most likely. So me and Tulin finally make our way up to the top, where we head to the vortex and we are met with the final temple, which is the Temple of the Wind. This temple is a giant boat. I really like it. I really like the design of it. We unlock the center of the temple, and thus we are met with one of the final bosses, well, the final bosses of these temples, which is this giant flying ice scorpion thing. It kind of looks like a Pokemon, and it looks like it's named after a sexually transmitted disease. It took me a few attempts on this boss. I was able to beat that shit no problem, baby. The monster explodes and we have yet again another scene.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, a great evil, the Demon King, descend on the land. He sought to wipe out anyone, blah, 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 blah. We then gain the power of wind, and with this, we have cleared up all the issues that are going around Hyrule. But oh wait, what's going on with Zelda?
Your Highness.
We finally see her at the castle, and then we are immediately jumped by a bunch of goons. And that's when I thought, I'm going to be facing Ganon soon, and maybe I should actually do a little bit of time and investment in making sure my armor is good and making sure I have good materials. So I thought I would make a little detour and head over down to the fairies, which I haven't unlocked yet. I head over there, and guess what? This bitch wouldn't open up. She's like, hey, yo, I need to listen to some good violin music in order to get me in the mood. I'm like, bitch. Anyway, I head down to the stables where there's a violinist playing, but oh, she won't do anything because, oh, the Lucky Clover Gazette. She keeps talking about the Gazette, so I have to head back over to the Rito area so I can see what's going on in the Gazette, trigger this mission, just for her to get her butt in gear so she can go play the violin to the fucking Great Fairy so I can then upgrade my equipment. But the Great Fairy's still fine though. 10 out of 10 would smash any day of the week. Anyway, decide to grind, got good armor, got a decent amount of weapon parts. I think we're ready to go back to Hyrule Castle. Once we get there and follow Zelda around, we go to the main room of the castle and we see Zelda.
To arrive. Now, Link. There is something here I want to show you. What do you think? Hyrule Castle, perfect and glorious. Does it awaken memories? Memories of our time here? Well, really take in every detail. After all, this place will be the last thing you ever see.
Who would have thought this Zelda that has been causing problems throughout this land is actually Ganon?
Oh my God!
So this is the first form we have to fight. He's a bunch of Phantom Ganons. Actually, this boss is actually kind of an easy clap, especially if you have all of your summons out.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back!
But this wasn't over. This is only the Phantom Ganons. He says, hey, you're not ready for the real me yet. You better get good, Link. And Ganon is right. I do need to get good. So we find out that there's a 5th sage power that I need to get. So I go ahead and travel throughout the land in order to search for that. It leads me to a Sky Island, which on the Sky Island, I find a mask, which is pointing me into the direction of the area that I need to go through. So I'll go around the area to gather these 4 pieces together, put them together, and lo and behold, I have unlocked Mech now. I go through the area using this newly acquired mech that I have. I fight a boss against another giant mechanized creature. We get another heart container and we meet the 5th sage, which definitely did not awaken something in me sexually. But this flashback has a little bit more information because it gives me a location of possibly where the Master Sword could be. Even though us, the player, knows that the Master Sword was taken back in the past, Minoru simply confirmed the information that yes, the Master Sword was traveled back in the past with Zelda and she has it, but she's hiding it away somewhere so it can restore. And who would have all the information about the Master Sword? Would it be the Great Deku Tree? Yes, it is. So we have to go ahead and go see Papa Deku Tree and and he tells us of the location of the Master Sword. Apparently, it's flying around on a dragon somewhere. Fun fact, you can unlock the Master Sword early just by jumping on the dragon and yanking it out early, but it does require a lot of stamina to have, which, fun fact, I didn't have the necessary stamina to grab it. So I went back to demon statue, sacrificed a few hearts for a couple stamina bars, and we're back at it. Let's go ahead and yank that sword right up out there. All right, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to fucking slap this shit out of Ganon. It's time to squad up. Let's go and defeat Ganon. Oh, no, Ganon is really built like that. Oh, what? No? Ganon, please. Why are you so cool?
What?
Oh, you have another form? You inflict bloom damage?
Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Tiger.
Fuck!